So welcome back to the channel. We've got the guys here forming up the footer for the foundation. Finally, it's been about 2 weeks, I guess, where we've been waiting on work to get done here. And so we're moving into the foundation, and it's the last section we're gonna be able to get done before winter. So let's see what's going on. So this whole thing's getting formed up with 2x12s. You can see them laying on the ground here. We're starting to get this done. The center was dug down, but the center of the house plan right in this area here calls for a footer to be laid down the center as a support. So what we've done is we're digging out. So you can see right there, we've dug out the holes here, and we're gonna form up this run here is going to be underneath this footer here, and they're going to tie together, and that'll be done on both sides. So we're going to have that done on this side as well. Right there in that section there, and that'll tie this center footer to the rest of the house. All right, you can see behind me here is the FOXBLOCKS that we'll be using for the stem wall, but we got to get the footer laid first. That's what the guys are working on, and then we can get into laying the stem wall. And we're actually going to pour this kind of like in a monolithic pour. We're gonna pour it all as one pour, and you'll see how that's done. But hey, if you guys didn't check out the caribou hunt from last week, I'll put a link up above. Go check that video out. I just got some meat for my freezer, and I got a couple of caribou, and then we've got moose season coming up here in about, I guess a week or two. But Vaughn's gonna be coming up here this weekend, and we're gonna go try and get her a caribou. So I'm pretty excited about that, and we'll see what happens. So stay tuned.
Hi, baby. Hey, we're at the Studebaker Hill.
The old Studebaker.
Studebaker Hill, baby. Studebaker Hill. I can't believe he's just
It's
sitting there.
recording now.
What is it called? Should I give him a nut? One of our almonds?
I don't think he'd eat it.
Yeah,
I
probably.
don't know what they eat.
Hey, kiddo. You got a pretty nice little house. Little hole in the rock you can step into in a pinch. Very cute. Oh, there he goes.
The further I can get away from society, the better.
90 miles west of Fairbanks.
Nah, what's wrong? Right here.
Yeah, right here in Toke. Property taxes, none of that.
No property tax, but you still have access to, you know what I mean? You still have access to normal stuff.
Yeah, and one thing is, like in the city, you can't walk out your front porch and shoot a gun. Here,
Exactly.
you can shoot right out your window if you want.
All right, so I want to show you exactly what we got going on here. So we got our footer framed up, or formed up, I should say, formed up, and all level across the top. So what we're going to do now is these boards here, this is 3/4 inch plywood, and we're going to use these, right? All right, so all those are going to be used as spreaders. So those will spread from here to there, and doing dual purpose. They're gonna hold these two forms together when the concrete's in there so it doesn't spread out. And it's also gonna hold our blocks. Okay, so those spreaders are gonna hold the forms together, keep them from spreading apart, and then our Fox blocks are gonna sit on top of those, and that's gonna give it something to sit on, because normally you would pour your footer, let that set for a little bit, then put your Fox blocks on, and then pour the stem wall separately. We're going to do it as what's called a monolithic pour, and we're going to do it all at once. And those little spreaders, they'll just stay in there. So here's the deal with the concrete. All right, so we're doing this in Tok, Alaska, and you'll see in the footage, or you'll see in this video, that I've got guys here that are doing the forms and doing everything. So I got to tell you the story, and I got to tell you what's going on. I intended to form this myself, okay? I didn't want to be hiring people to do stuff. I wanted to do as much work as I could possibly do. Well, here's one drawback to doing this in a small remote town in Alaska. There's no way to get concrete trucks here, or I should say there's no concrete trucks anywhere close. The closest trucks for cement would be in Delta Junction, which is, the trucks are 2 hours away. Two things that does is it's hard for, well, it's expensive for them to get here. And then the company that does it, you have 20 minutes to empty the truck. So two things going on. Sometimes the concrete shows up and it's already starting to set up. So that's a bad thing. The second thing is, I'm building in Tok, Alaska, where I don't have resources. I don't know anybody. I have no resources to get help. And when you have to unload a cement truck in 20 minutes, you need people here. That is a pressing matter that needs to be taken care of immediately. So I decided to go with a local guy. Now the local guy mixes his own cement. It's kind of a unique small town setup, right? He mixes his own cement. So he brings in all the materials to make his own cement. And then the pour is done a little bit at a time. And so I asked him to give me a quote. I told him, I said, look, I want to form it up. I want to do all the work. The only thing I need you to do is come in and pour the concrete. And his response back to me was, absolutely not. There's no money in pouring concrete. I need to do all the work or I won't do any of it. So that kind of stuck me in a corner. And I was like, well, for crying out loud, I don't know what to do. I talked to my wife. We sat and discussed it for a bit and worked out the numbers. And it just worked out that if we wanted to get this done this year, which we do, we want to get this finished this year so that I can start framing next spring. And so we just had to bite the bullet. The other thing is, by the yard, I'm paying $200 a yard for concrete. Man, I mean, you want to talk about a hit to the budget. I was amazed. So I bought all the materials. So I bought, these are 2x12s, all the Fox blocks, all the materials. I paid about just shy of $8,000 for all the materials. And when I got the concrete guy to give me a quote, he wanted $11,000 just to form it up and do the concrete work. Well, guess what? We're paying $11,000 to get this done. So that really put a hit to the budget. And welcome to Alaska, especially small town Alaska. You're limited on options, and I mean, you want things done, you just got to get it done. So I don't know. I hope we made the right decision dumping that kind of money. But this is where we're at. All right, well, I just want to give you an update on what we're doing. So the footer is formed up. Like I said, everything's leveled. It rained most of the day today, so the guys didn't come and work. So there is a footer gonna be right down the middle here. And we have not formed that up yet. So next on the list is we have to fill in I don't know if you can see, but you can see underneath that there's a big gap at the bottom. And when we leveled it, okay, everything has got to be filled in a little bit to bring the gravel up to the base of the 2x12s. Then we're going to put in the rebar seats or chairs, and then the rebar will go in, and then we'll start building up from there. I'll film as much as I can for you guys, and hopefully I can get a good video out of this, but super excited getting the foundation in. Gonna have the foundation poured, and then I'm pretty sure we can't go any further because I don't want to start putting any wood on this structure, knowing that I won't be able to finish it or at least get it dried in before winter hits, and I don't want that wood to sit through the winter. And some of you might ask me, well, why don't I build in the wintertime? Well, here in Toke, wintertime temperatures get drastically cold. Last year, I think their low they got was 65 below. So to answer your question, well, I'm not building in that. It's just too cold for me. All right, so as you can see, we got the rebar in the footer sections. We've got the spreaders on. So what we're doing now is we've cut these blocks. The starter block, the first block, was cut in half so that it gives us a nice, a flat surface underneath. And then when we put it, the second part, when it goes on top, we'll flip it so that the flat part will be up. You can see there's these little bumps, and the blocks would have those bumps if we didn't do that. So by cutting it in half and using half on bottom and half on the very top row, I won't have to contend with these bumps when I'm putting my sill plate on. So that's where we're at. Starting to form up the center footer here and making a little bit of progress. These clips are how we're clipping the blocks together. Hold them tight too.
But yeah, then that'll get a clip down here, there to there, there to there.
Okay.
And then it holds it all as one solid unit.
Nice, very nice. All right, I just want to explain a little bit of what's going on here. So this video is gonna not be exactly the video I wanted to make about the foundation. So the problem is when you're a YouTuber and you have contractors that you're hiring, not everybody wants to be on film. Not everybody wants to be put on the internet. So I always have to ask whenever I have people around, let them know that I do YouTube, and let them know or request their permission to put them on the internet and on these videos. This particular crew that's working on the concrete have said that they do not want to be, at least one of them have said that they do not want to be put on the internet. I have to respect that, but it also limits what I can do as far as filming. I can't film faces and stuff like that, so I'm doing the best I can. We're working around some pretty crappy weather this year. It's been rain, rain, rain. This particular crew doesn't want to work in the rain, and so I don't fault them for that. They're trying to get stuff done. They've got multiple other jobs that they're working on, so progress is slow. I've asked them multiple times about, are we going to pour concrete this week? And I haven't got an answer. So I don't think we're going to be ready to pour this week. So anyways, that kind of explains a little bit of why I'm not filming kind of everything that I normally film. I generally like to film pretty much everything. And I'm just not able to because, well, some people just don't want to be on the internet. And that's okay. They don't need to be. We'll get it done. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. We're making progress. We are getting the foundation done. It's slow, but it's going. So stick with us. We'll get her done. Okay, so we've got the footer is formed up here. We've got the Fox block, first row of Fox blocks on, and then you can see the rebar. We've got one row, and we're putting in one thing of rebar. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the rebar there, and the rebar there, and the rebar there, and the rebar there on alternating rows as we go up. So the first row's down. It's a matter of just squaring it up and pinning it down. I have got to edit the video and get it out. Today is Tuesday. I want a video out on Thursday or Friday at the latest. I've got a little bit of footage I'm going to show you guys in this week's video of I took Vaughn caribou hunting. We tried to find a caribou, so we might get some footage of just us running around in the side-by-side. And then we also ran upriver. So I got my little jet boat. It's a little inflatable jet boat, and we took that and we ran a river, the Toke River actually. We went out of town, ran the Toke River, made it about a half hour upriver, and I'll put that in the clip and show you what happened. Not good, not good at all. Right now, we got hunting season here in a few days. I'm trying to get ready. My boat back here behind me is an inflatable jet boat. This is called an Alaska Jet Ranger, made by Gary King here in Anchorage, Alaska. Exploded. That did not sound good. That sounded like metal.
Yeah. What happened?
I don't even know where the parts are from, but there's metal everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Blew the motor apart.
Good thing we went upriver instead of downriver, because now we can just drift down, and we have our paddles, so we can get back to where we need to be. Otherwise, we'd be up the creek without a paddle.
There you go. Whoa, you all right? Nice. Man, that sounded bad when it did it. It just instantly stopped. I was like, oof, something's not good there. Okay, we got it. Ease her down in there. You can jump out if you want. Well, you can see that our upriver trip was, well, a little costly. Unfortunate that that motor blew up, but those are two-stroke motors. I run on those boats because of their weight. They're lightweight, and of course they don't make two strokes anymore, so generally what I can get is older motors. We'll make it work out, but let me show you what we've got done. Behind me there, you can see we got FOXBLOCKS stacked, and here, let me turn you around. All right, so that's what we have. So we just need to put the row here. We still need to put a half row up here, and that will give me my flat surface for my sill plate. But overall, that's what we've got done. Get you a little view here. It's looking good, looking real good. We'll be pouring cement here sooner than you think. Right now the wall sits probably, oh, it's going to be 5 feet. Inside's going to be approximately 7 feet tall. That's our update. That's as far as we got, and I guess I'll be doing another video to finish this up and hopefully show you guys the pour. Okay, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're getting there, we're making progress. Might be a little slow, but I'm just glad to be making progress, and I know we're gonna have this done before winter hits. So, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Click the bell for notifications so you're notified whenever we come out with our new content. We try to upload every Thursday or Friday. So, That's where we're at. I'll do another video. We'll finish her up. We'll get the concrete poured and we'll get her set up for winter. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all the support you guys give us. We'll see you on the next one.